So this question is about proportion or proportionality. And we can see that as soon as we see this phrasing that something varies inversely, as soon as you see that, you know that you're dealing with the proportionality part of the course. So we're told that the rent of a beach house is inversely proportioned to the cost of the person, which makes sense because inverse proportion means that as one increases, the other decreases. And therefore, the more people going to the beach house, the less they will pay each because they're dividing it between them. We're told that if 4 people share the cost, then the cost per person is $187.50. So we need to work out what an equation is that links these two variables, C and N, together. So we know that C varies inversely with N, the number of people going. And we can rewrite that as C equals something divided by N. But we need to work out what is this K value, what is this something that is specific to this scenario that links these numbers together. Now we know that when the C value is 187.5, then the N value is 4. We know that 4 people go. So we can use that to substitute into our equation. So we have 187.5 is equal to K divided by 4. And if we put that into our GDC, we can put that into numeric solver. We find that K is equal to 750, which means that the equation that links these variables together is C equals 750 divided by N. So this is the equation that I'm working with, and that's how I can answer the rest of my question. So part B then says that the group wants to find the cost per person to be less than 100. So they need to work out how many people need to go. Find the minimum number of people. So for this part, we want the cost to be less than 100. So for now, I'm just going to make it equal to 100. And I'm going to work out what is the value of N. So again, I'm going to type that into my numeric solver. And I can find that N is equal to 7.5. Now, obviously, we can't actually invite 7.5 people away. We cannot split the amount between 7.5. If I only had 7 people, they would be paying more. So I need to go to 8 people so that they are paying less than 100. Okay, so 8 people or more people, but 8 people is the minimum number where they're going to be paying less than 100 francs each. And then for the second part of this question, so for the second part, it asks to work out what is the cost per person when they're doing that. So now we need to work out, well, what is the exact cost if those 8 people went? Because I know that it's less than 100, but I don't know how much less. So if I have the 750, which is how much the accommodation costs, and I divide that between 8 people, this time I'm rearranging it to find the C value. But again, I don't need to rearrange. I can put that straight into numeric solver, and it's $93.75. Okay. Make sure you leave your answer to 2 decimal places since it's money. So in terms of the marks for this question, the first question is 2 marks. 1 is for finding the K value, and the other is for correctly writing out the full equation, linking C and N together. And then for part B, we have 1 mark for the method, so for correctly realizing that you need to substitute in and find the N value. And then there is 1 answer for the correct rounding answer, which is 8 people. And then the last part is also 2 marks. And again, 1 is for the method that's seen and 1 is for the answer. And that answer needs to be to 2 decimal places since it's money.